Hey, tube viewers, TJ Pyramid here, back with another movie review. I am a huge fan of revenge films, thriller revenge films. I like the whole genre. I like the somebody going back to exact their revenge for somebody that screwed them or their family or something over in the past, and they just want to mess them up. So I had the pleasure of watching a movie written and directed by Jeremy Saulnier uh, called Blue Ruin. Just as it says right there, a brilliant, slow-burning American revenge thriller. You have the lead character in this played by Macon Blair, and these guys also worked together on the excellent, fun, and funny film called Murder Party from a few years ago. So check it out. It's well worth watching. In this here, you have the Macon Blair character, um, and it starts off, and he's homeless, and he finds out that the guy that killed his mom and dad um, is getting out of prison after only being in prison for a few years. So the movie starts where a lot of revenge movies actually end. It starts with him getting his revenge on uh, that said murderer of his parents. Um, so it kind of starts where other thrillers end, and it kind of escalates from there. The Macon Blair character that he plays is by no means your typical guy set out for revenge uh, person. He's very meek, very mild, bookish, perhaps even a bit on the awkward side. It's just, the emotions that Macon Blair as an actor portraying the main character in this film shows he just shows the trouble that he is going through, the anxiety, the stress that he must be feeling um, for what happens throughout this film. Uh, there aren't a lot of scenes of the actual taking of revenge, but when they do pop up, they are powerful. And sometimes in a film, that matters a lot more than showing gore, 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 gore. It kind of desensitizes you throughout the film. But when you have like story, a pop of gore, story, a pop of gore, it makes it that much more impactful. It makes it much more memorable. Um, at least to me, anyway. That's how I feel about it. But there's some other little twists and things that the Macon Blair character finds out in this film about the death of his parents and the family that he's dealing with. So there's some other little story things like that that kind of pop up in the movie that just add that much more. And it is a slow burner, but I love it. It's just that tension. I mean, you start off sitting back like this, watching it, and as the movie starts going in and in, you start kind of leaning like this, getting closer and closer and closer to the TV. Uh, and by the end, I mean, you're right up in it. Just the tension, the sense of dread of I know how this is going to go down, and it's not going to be good. And I love it. I mean, by the time the credits roll, you're this close to the TV, and you're just absorbing it all in. Uh, just a fantastic revenge film. Macon Blair is absolutely fabulous in this. Um, and the some of the special features, you have a few minutes of deleted scenes. You have a commentary with Jeremy Saulnier and Macon Blair, which I'm really looking forward to watching. and you have no regrets. The making of Blue Ruin, which I think I said in the update video was about 40 minutes long. It's actually about 20 minutes long, but it's really good. You kind of find out how making this film, it basically almost didn't happen. They did Murder Party, and it didn't really get them as much recognition as they wanted on it, so they kind of went back to doing their day jobs, and they started doing this film, and it just really wasn't going anywhere. They just couldn't get things together, so they did some camera tests and kind of shopped it around a bit to try to get something. They did their Kickstarter, they reached their goal on Kickstarter, and even then it was kind of struggling and struggling, and that Jeremy Saulnier's dad was I think his name was Ed Saulnier, was on his deathbed, and Jeremy called him, and because his dad was always, wanting to know how this film was doing. And Jeremy basically told him on the phone, it's a runaway hit, Dad. It's a smash. It's a success, because he knew his dad wasn't going to live much longer. And at that time, he was actually lying to his dad, bullshitting him, because he didn't want his dad to pass on knowing that his son's film is, a bust. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, it was just all looking negative, and then they got into the Cannes Film Festival, and that started turning everything around. Of course, they started getting better editing stuff. Just everything started looking up, and this is probably, I think he says, Jeremy said, about 2 weeks after his dad had passed, when everything actually started going really good, and this movie was actually going to get finished. It was going to get made. It was going to be done the way they wanted it to be, and it's just so cool, because all the people that turned them down, that did not want to help them make this film, when all those said people knew that this film was getting such rave reviews and everybody was loving it at the Cannes Film Festival, all of a sudden came crawling back and calling Jeremy and Macon and whoever, and saying, "Hey, yeah, we want to help you." And Jeremy says in this that it was just so nice to be able to refuse those people. You know, don't come crawling back when the movie I've made is a hit, when you've already turned it down, when you've already spit in my face and said no, nope. So I just love that. I love when the underdog gets the upper hand. Um, but this is a really, really great film. If you like thrillers, if you like the revenge type film, you're definitely going to want to check this out. The overall film, this film, the suspense, the cinematography, the camera work, everything in this is just beautifully well done. As I said earlier, the Macon Blair character in this, you just feel for him. You can feel like what he's going through. It is tangible. I mean, it's like you can reach out and you can grab what he is feeling in this film. He just conveys it to you so well. So check out Blue Ruin. You really, really, really need to see this film. It is worth watching once, and it's worth watching twice, and it's probably going to be worth watching about a dozen more times in the next month. So check out Blue Ruin. Fantastic revenge thriller. Thanks for watching. Comment down below, subscribe, spread the word, and cheers.